we are accepting less. We're accepting less in our love lives. We're accepting less in our work lives. And there are so many of us that are walking around either in affairs, extramarital affairs or extra-relational affairs, anger in the relationships that we're in, spending our time on the internet at work, spending our time doing anything but work, but being productive, right? Because we are in these relationships or jobs based on fear. A friend of mine and I have a saying, it's no more crumbs. We don't want any more crumbs in our life. We don't want to say yes anymore to the things that are not totally fulfilling to us, right? We want the whole slice of bread with the real butter and the crumbs of salt, is what we say. No more crumbs. And what is meant by that is when we are putting out energy into the world, we want to receive it back in the same sort of gusto, right? With the same enthusiasm. This brings up the topic of self-esteem and self-worth. What is the difference, right? Self-esteem comes from sort of an outside source, what we think about ourselves, our mood, right? So it can change. It can change every 12 hours, our feelings about ourselves, right? We can leave the house feeling pretty good and we can come home feeling really crappy. Self-esteem changes, and it's also based on fear. Self-worth is based on a bone knowing. It's based on a soul's knowing of what feels right. Well then, Jen, how do I improve my self-worth, right? Isn't that always the question? We see the word self-worth out there, but how do we improve it? There is also these words out there called self-care, right? Self-care can help your self-worth, but self-care is mostly taking care of yourself. A bath, a walk around the block, eating green things, right? It's good self-care. Reading, right? Self-worth building comes from actually spending some time with yourself. Asking yourself the question, who am I? Right? There are so many of us that go our whole life without asking ourselves that question, who am I? Who am I in here? What is it that I need? What is it that I want? Right? How do we understand that? We can through meditation, through therapy, through spiritual direction, spending some quiet time in reflection and journaling. Who am I? Maybe it's through music and just getting quiet and feeling it inside of you. Through yoga, more of a spiritual practice. Who am I? And the closer we come to knowing who we are, the less we're going to accept anything but that which matches who we are. And then we'll be much more aligned. And there's no need to seek elsewhere. I hope that's helpful. If you have questions about self-esteem, about self-worth, about anything that you can do to help yourself, please reach out. I'm here. I'm here for you. Love ya.